This is my most complimented makeup look I think that I have ever worn. Like this exact routine that I'm going to show you in today's video, people actually stop me in the street and they're like, I need a list of what you're wearing on your skin. Like, and I've never experienced this amount of compliments on a makeup look before. Like, I'm truly like, what? It's just something about this combination of products. I don't know. So if you want to learn the exact steps and the exact products that I use to get my most complimented makeup look ever, then please keep on watching. So first up, you're going to want to prime. I, of course, will be using our Nikkia Joy Cosmetics matte base primer. This is pretty much the only primer that I use now, unless I'm wanting something super, super dewy. This primer does work for dry and mature skin types as well as oily. I'm just going to sort of softly smooth this onto my skin. Using a good pore minimizing primer and a good mattifying primer is going to make everything seamless and smooth for the foundation and the other makeup to go on top of. I do feel like I instantly look better. The foundation in this routine is the Hourglass Ambient Soft Glow. So I've ranked all of the new foundations that I've tested this year from best to worst. So if you haven't seen that video, this one actually came out number 2 on the list. I'll link that video for you so you can watch it. But this, oh, it's a filter in a bottle, like it is. So I'm going to take a couple of pumps of this. I'm actually not going to build it up super heavy. Maybe that's half of why this makeup look, like everybody asks me about it, is because it does actually look quite natural on the skin. So blending that one out using our Pro Perfecting sponge. I do prefer the finish of this foundation with a sponge, but you can use a brush if you prefer. It's a liquid filter. It's honestly stunning. Now, one thing that I will say is with this formula, I do still get oily. It's not like a mattifying formula, but it does hold up quite well when my oils do come through. Just somehow makes my skin look perfect. It's just beautiful. It is. Now I am taking special care to blend this. I'm blending it over my ears. I'm blending it down underneath my jawline and sort of onto my neck as well. You want everything to look filtered. Even just those 2 products alone, the primer and the foundation, my skin looks literally perfect. It doesn't normally look this good, I'll tell you that now. For concealer in this routine, the ABH Magic Touch. This is a concealer that I've honestly had hidden in my drawers for a long time, but I started using it again maybe 3 weeks ago. I am addicted. So with this one, what I've been doing is putting a little bit on the inner corner of my eye, a little bit on the outer corner of my eye, a little bit sort of underneath my nostril here, and a little bit on my forehead. I do this on both sides. I just find that the placement of this helps to cover everything that I need. It stops me putting kind of too much product on, so it stops any cakiness or heaviness. And it just brightens and lifts. Like, weird, I know, but it works. So taking the same sponge, we want to blend that in as well. I find this concealer, it just blends out like magic. Like, I understand why they've got the word magic in the name. It's super creamy and it covers everything without ever looking heavy or cakey. So blending that up sort of, I don't know, the side of my nose, inner corner of my eyes here. I do get a fair bit of darkness on the inner corner of my eye, so I like to really spread that out in there as well. Just am truly shocked how many people stop me when I wear this combination of products. Like, I don't understand. I don't. And then once I'm happy with how everything is blended out, I'm actually going to bake around my eye areas. Now, I am using our Velvet Finishing Powder. I'm so sorry, it's still out of stock. It should be back in stock in about 2 weeks, we're hoping. There's been insane worldwide ingredient shortages. It's really kicking our ass, to be honest. And then shipment delays. It seems like everyone's going on strike in the US at the ports and stuff. So, it's just been one thing after the other. So we are sorry. It'll be back soon. But if you're waiting for a restock, take a translucent powder that doesn't emphasize any texture. Pick it up on your sponge and just push it into the skin. Now, I'm pretty much only baking my under eye area. I'm going to let this powder sit on there for a little while. Let it really like lock things down. Baking isn't something that I really do that often anymore, but I don't know. It seems to work for this, I'll tell you that much. And I'm also carrying powder over the top of my lids just to set that concealer down and stop it from creasing while we do the brows. Now, my brows are nothing special. The Benefit 24-Hour Brow Setter Gel. Oh, I do find that this, it like sets in the tube and sometimes it's really hard to open the lid. I use this to brush my brows up and stick them down so that they look microbladed. So combing it up through the skin and then like literally pressing them down. I've shown you this brow routine so many times, so I probably could skip through it. I then take the Benefit Brow Micro Filling Pen. Again, nobody's surprised. I've been using like this brow routine for it's probably 2 years now, honestly. I use this to draw in little individual strokes that make my brows look fuller but still super natural. Okay, brows are done, and now we want to dust off that baking powder. I'm just taking a large fluffy brush. That's literally all you do. You dust it off. Some of it's probably already fallen off while you're doing your brows, but it will reveal insanely smooth under eyes. And like literally, they stay this smooth all day. Like nothing changes. It's great. So for the rest of the skin, we're going to do some bronzing and we're going to add some glow back in. Now I've not actually like put powder on like my cheekbone areas around my forehead or under my chin. And I'm going to be using this. So this is the e.l.f. Halo Glow Liquid Filter. This is the dupe to the Charlotte Tilbury. This will add bronziness because I got it in the shade medium and it's a little bit dark. But I'm going to take this and I'm going to actually add it to the areas where I would normally contour. So cheekbones here and across my forehead. Now this is going to add like sort of like a subtle kind of a glow to the skin, and I will powder it down because I don't have a choice. I have to powder it down, but somehow, I don't know, bronzing with this first before going in with my bronzer, it just makes my skin look like even more filtered. So taking my sponge, I'm going to blend this in. Now you can just use this if you don't want to use like a bronzer over the top. I like to add a little bit more color, so I will use both of these, but it just looks so pretty on the skin. And glowiness that's not oily and not sweaty. See how it's just like a subtle hint of color? It's beautiful. So same powder again, picking it up on the sponge, nowhere near as much as when I bake, and just pressing it all over my face. It's gonna look super, super filtered, super poreless, super blended out. I always set my neck as well. She's in her 30s now and she's starting to look a little aged, so getting rid of the pores down here helps. To warm up the complexion even further, the MAC Give Me Sun Mineralized Skin Finish. This is an oldie but a goodie. We used to be, I mean, it was viral years ago. It's no longer viral now, but it should be, I'll tell you. This is kind of like a cross between a finishing powder and a bronzer. It does a little of both. I'm gonna very lightly dust this over the skin where I've applied that e.l.f. product. Oh, skin goals. It is skin goals. This adds color to the skin but without adding texture. Never emphasizes, you know, pores or anything. If anything, it actually minimizes it because it's a cross between a finishing powder and a bronzer. So it kind of like does a little bit of everything, but it is the most beautiful color. Look at that on my skin. This is like wedding skin. I'm blending that around my forehead, sort of following my hairline. I'm also actually going to add this to the eyes. I know you're probably like, what? But yeah, I add it to my eyes. I'm also going to add a little colour to the sides of my nose there. Just a little pop, not much. On a fluffy blending brush, I'm picking this one up and I'm going to be smudging this all over the lid. There's not even eyeshadow in this look. Like literally, that's another reason why I'm like blown away. Like it gets all the compliments and I feel like it's minimal effort. They're just basically warming up the crease with this. I'm not doing anything too fancy. Smudging it through and it adds like a little bit of a shadow and a little hint of color. We'll do the other side as well. And then just taking a pencil brush, taking the same bronzer. I'm telling you, this is easy. Smudging it through the lower lash line as well. This gives the eyes like a really smoky effect, but no eyeshadow. Winning. For blush, this Juvia's Place one. This is the volume 5 of their blushed rougey. And I know, it's a lot. You look at that and you're like, wow. Doesn't look like this on the skin though. Well, it would, depending on how you applied it. But what I do, and I'm not even going to go in with this one. We're going there. We're going hardcore. I pick it up on my brush and then I dust off the excess and then I slowly apply it to the skin. See how it gives like this most beautiful wash of color? But because you're only using the tiniest amount, you're not having to build up layers of product. It just, I don't know, it looks perfect. Oh. Yes. Now to finish the eyes, we're going to do a mini wing. So it's a winged eyeliner that actually doesn't carry all the way into the inner corner. So I don't want you to take it any further than your pupil. And it's not thick. It's like super tight on the lash line. It's a very different winged eyeliner to what I normally do. And I randomly just tested this once and the compliments came flowing in. So taking your winged eyeliner, you kind of want to hold it horizontal and just sort of stamp it along the lash line, keeping it super close, super tight. And like I said, not carrying it any further over the eye than the pupil. You want to keep like the inner part of the lid space free. So stamping, keeping it super fine. And then as you move your way out to the outer corner, you can start thickening it up. Now, because I also have slightly hooded eyes, I'm actually going to be carrying that line out further past my eye. This is a great trick if you have hooded eyes. Extend the line straight past the edge of your eye before you start the wing. This is going to avoid the wing getting folded up in your crease. So I've extended it further, and now I'm going to start pulling it up into a wing and then join the two together. That's sort of how it should look when you're finished. It's a very different wing to what I normally do, like I said, but it's cute, it's snatched, and it helps your eyes look bigger because it doesn't carry any further past the pupil. Going in with a couple of coats of mascara now, the Maybelline Sky High Cosmic Black. I've been using this like daily lately. It gives heaps of volume and length but doesn't smudge or transfer. She's oily skin safe and we love that. It honestly makes my lashes look so big that I barely even need falsies. We're going to do both the upper lashes and the lower lashes. I normally only do one coat, but you could definitely do two if you want more volume. Okay, mascara's done. My lashes are looking significantly larger, and I don't have great natural lashes, and we all know that. Now, like I said, you could go in with false lashes. I'm gonna go in with a couple of individuals. These ones are production samples because we are actually developing some for our line, but any individuals that you like, or you could do a half lash right in the outer corner as well, just to lift and elongate the eye. I'm just gonna add maybe 3 or 4 of these onto each of my eyes, just to add a tiny little bit more volume. You don't want to overcrowd the lashes, you don't want to overcrowd the lid space. I'm really just adding them to any gaps that I have in my natural lashes, and it'll keep everything looking super natural. This is my current most loved and most used lip combo, and it is seriously like mwah. And I honestly think that this lip combo is what really makes the look, and I totally stumbled across this product randomly. So MAC lip liner in the shade Soar. This is a beautiful medium pinky nude. I think this is such an undersung hero. Everyone talks about the shade Whirl, but Soar is better. So I'm going to use this to line my lips. I'm not really doing any heavy overlining. And then Cupid's bow. I do like a really defined Cupid's bow, but if you prefer yours more rounded and less pointed, totally fine. And then we're going to fill in the corners. So it'll be slightly ombre. So here they are, completely outlined, and then the outer corners filled in. And then I want you to take your concealer, just the tiniest little dot right on the center portion of your lips, and then blending that. It'll look a little weird now, but don't worry, it comes together. And then taking this lip glaze from Il Makiage. This is the shade Bad Habit, and this is basically a tinted lip gloss. It's beautiful. I'm gonna put that all over the lips. Oh, it's the most magical color. See how that gives you the most perfect ombre lip ever, and it just makes your lips look so big, like instant lip fillers. So easy. And then finally, to seal everything in, keep it all looking perfect, the Gerard Cosmetics Slay All Day Setting Spray. This is a collab that I did with them years ago. This is the rose one. I do still have a discount code if you want to get it. These come in so many different scents though. So I just prime it. Ooh, and then I'm going to spritz it. Smells so freaking good. And then here is the finished look. My most complimented makeup look literally ever. It's just like perfect, smooth, flawless skin. There is no highlighter, a mini wing, natural brows, and this perfect ombre lip. I am telling you guys, repeat this and the compliments will come pouring in. My face looks photoshopped. Like truly, my skin does not normally look like this. It's a filter. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know all of your thoughts on the look down below, and if you've tried any of these products. I cannot wait to hear how you guys go with this. But I love you heaps. Have a great day, and I'll catch you in my next video.